welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble and I'm here with your readings for March the 26th through April the 1st. I can't believe we're in April already. It's crazy. So first of all, thank you for liking my videos, for sharing them on your social media, for commenting. I read every comment, for subscribing if you haven't already. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And please check out my Patreon page. I have a Patreon page. The link will be below, and it'll also be on my YouTube channel, and just check it out. It's another way to just support me, and I want to thank my patrons. I just started it a week or so ago, and it's just thank you. Now, I just wanted to do a little astrological report first. Also, personal readings are below. These are for general readings. They're for your sun, moon, and rising. You'll find those links to the other videos down below, so you can click on your sun, moon, and rising. And I will put a timeline if you're checking out more than one video, where to skip this intro, because I'll put this intro on everything. So the big news is the full moon in Libra on the 31st. Now, this is a blue moon. We call it a blue moon. That's how it comes, once in a blue, right? Once in a blue moon. It's usually every 2.5 years, but we actually had one in January. But we didn't have only because we didn't have a full moon in February, because it was 28 days. It was too short. So we have 2 full moons, and the second moon is not really blue. It's just called a blue moon. Anyway, enough about that. Let's go to astrology. So this very powerful full moon is in Libra. Now, Libra is about love. It's about relationship. It's about harmony. It's no conflict. It wants to be balanced, and that's wonderful, right? Yes. But at the same time, the Sun and Mercury, which is retrograde, is opposing it, and that's in Aries. And also we have Mars in Capricorn and Saturn opposing it too. So there's this, there's Leo. There's the full moon in Libra out there on its own, trying to balance all this energy, and it's going to be a little challenging. Now, so they're all challenging aspects. Now, the thing that's going to save us somewhat is that, okay, the Sun is about, your identity, me, shining on me, right? And Mercury is about communication. But Mercury is retrograde, so when a planet's going forward, it's about what you project outward, right? So when it's retrograde, it's about going in. So, with this Mars energy, we're going to want to we'll perhaps, say something really fast without thinking. So with Mercury in retrograde, it might slow it down a bit. Also with Saturn there. Saturn, Mars is about action, moving forward really fast, and Saturn's about no, slow, stop, and may even put blocks in place to slow you down, right? It's known as the planet of accidents. Sometimes it's just to slow you, stop. You need to slow down. It's the planet of teaching lessons, right? So it's a dynamic energy that's happening this week. And if we look, full moons are usually a culmination, right? It can be the ending of something. It can be, releasing relationships. It can be releasing behaviors that aren't working for us anymore. It can be releasing the way we react or respond, or releasing friendships. It can be about forgiveness. It can be about healing. It's a good time to kind of reflect and to go in and see what no longer works for us anymore. That's what a full moon is really good for. And also it can be the culmination and, you know, the blossoming of something that you've really worked hard on. And it could be the culmination of all that. You know, your intentions at the first moon, right? At the new moon, go back and see what your intentions were. That's why I always write mine down and see if anything's come to fruition. It's really interesting, really is, to do that. Now, what else is going on? I have to put my glasses on and look at my notes for this. Yes, it can be very emotional and sensitive for some people. Of course, that's the new moon, right? We could be extremely sensitive when somebody says something and we could really be hurt by it. So it's important to really think before we speak, like bite your tongue. You know, take a deep breath in. Think about what you're going to say. And also what you can say, what you say may be misconstrued. Now, Venus will have moved into Taurus, and Venus is at home in Taurus, darling. She's going home. She's feeling really good. She'll be languishing on the couch, eating bonbons, taking, you know, rose petal baths. She's going to feel romantic. She's going to feel wonderful. So you've got this wonderful energy. And at the same time, she's moving into a really nice aspect to Uranus, which is the planet of surprises. Meet a new love. We could bump into someone unexpectedly when we least expect it, right? It could be about, you know, Venus is about finances too. We could have some surprises with finances. So I feel that this is a really interesting and a really lovely energy coming in. And I think this is a really opportune time to focus on, you know, equality and balance, because that's what Libra is about. And look what's happening, you know, across the nation. It's all the young people are you know, rising up and what amazing speakers they were. I was blown away by that. Anyway, listen, that's getting on something else. Anyway, that was just so moving to watch that. To watch all those young people so articulate and so confident and so done with what's going on. Power to you guys. You're going to save us. Anyway, let's go to your card, shall we? Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your reading for March the 26th through April the 1st. And the first card that comes up for you is death and rebirth. You see, there's always rebirth after death, right? Look, you see the three skulls and you see this beautiful embryo with this snake wrapped around it. This is about internal change, Scorpio. So something is going on where you are changing. And it's important that you change. It's important to make that internal change. Things are happening in your life right now where you need to change the way you behave, the way you think, the way you react, the way you feel about certain situations. And sometimes it takes pain, or it takes a situation that is uncomfortable in order to make us change. But always when death and rebirth comes in, it's a beautiful doesn't feel beautiful sometimes at the time, but it is a beautiful thing. This is personal growth. This is the letting the old you go, the old paradigms, the old behaviors, the old self-destruct behaviors, bringing in the new loving oneness to nature and the world, being reborn, becoming the new you, becoming spiritually connected to everyone, understanding that we're all one, right? This is about really connecting with your soul, feeding your soul, right? So this is a whole new you. And it's time to let go of the old you. It's a time for a big change internally. This is a transformation. This is an internal transformation when death and rebirth come up. And guess what came up to clarify? You've got two cards. A death card. Death and rebirth, you see? Look, you've got the knight who represents the death, and there you have the young child, right? The rebirth, right? With the flowers. It's very letting go of old belief systems. It's changing. It's an internal change. It's changing the way you feel and the way you think. Well, you have to change the way you think first, and then the feelings follow, right? So this is about doing life differently. Whatever you've been doing hasn't kind of worked for you, right? So now it is about bringing in that change. And we also have the Nine of Cups, right? So this is wonderful when this comes in. This is also, you know, it's like death, rebirth. The Nine of Cups is sometimes known as the wish card. This is like things are turning around for you in a very good way. And this is about self-love. So I really feel that there's a major change going on internally for you guys. And this is about really getting back to basics and loving yourself. This is about having confidence in yourself. It's about what in my life isn't working. And look, you have this. You've got to look at what you have, right? And really feel that love. Feel the love for those around you and what has manifested in your life already. True unconditional love of yourself. That has to come first. I feel that that's the change that you're going to go through. It's about, you know, dropping that criticism of yourself and perhaps others as well, but really putting the focus on your confidence, your self-worth, and your love. And this is what you need to do. And the next card that comes up is the Six of Fire. This says that there might be a conflict going on in your life with someone or a situation. And this is about telling someone how hurt you are. Look, this is when perhaps you've stopped talking to someone, or perhaps you're feeling really resentful towards someone. You see there's these two opposing energies there, right? But there's a lot of passion. So it's a lot of fire energy. And where there's passion, it's like you can, you know, it can be, oh, I love them, I hate them, I love them, I hate them. It's that kind of thing, right? So when this card comes up, it's saying that this is an opportunity to resolve this issue. And in order to resolve this issue, you've got to talk about your feelings. You've got to say, you know, speak up for yourself, Scorpio. I know some of the Scorpios I know, sometimes have a hard time finding their voice, right? And it's about speaking up. Don't be afraid to tell your truth, but tell it this is saying you've got to be the diplomat. So you've got to really kind of, look, you meditate before, and then you tell, if you want this person to remain in your life, then you need to really be honest, but in a very kind and compassionate way. This card comes up to say that if don't allow this situation to deteriorate because of your behavior or the way you talk to someone, right? The way you're behaving. This is telling you it's very important to be diplomatic. It's very important to discuss this and be open. Both parties have to be open in order for this to get to a better situation, right? To be resolved. And sometimes this can even mean a litigation, right? And if that's the case, maybe you need, you know, arbitration, right? So maybe if you can't resolve this conflict, maybe you need a mediator or arbitration to come in and do it for you. You've got to be neutral, right? This is about being neutral in this situation, but also, yeah, telling your truth. Find your voice, you know, and clarifying it is the King of Cups, the counselor. He's the counselor. you know, you may have to have a counselor for this. You may have to ask advice on how to handle this, but you have to come into this situation open-heartedness, with truth and honesty, and with you can't be passive aggressive. You can't shoot little things out. You know, if you want to resolve this, maybe you don't. Maybe you want to release this situation completely. But this, because this card's coming in, I feel that you do want to resolve it. I feel that this is a situation that you need to resolve. You need to get something out in the open. And sometimes if you can't find your voice, you need a mediator there to help you. But I'm telling you, with meditation, you'll be able to find that voice, and it will be soft and it will be received when you tell your truth and how it's affecting you and how it's hurting you and how they've hurt you. Maybe this person doesn't know they've hurt you. I know a lot of Scorpios like that. You know, they'll hold those resentments and you don't even know you've hurt them, you know. You can tell me if I've hurt you. Okay? I love the Scorpios. They're so sensitive, and this is a very sensitive time that we're coming into, Scorpio. This is a very sensitive time. You know, we've got this full moon in Libra, we've got Mars playing a role, we've got Saturn, we've got the Sun, we've got Mercury going retrograde. It's like, it's a very, and you're very sensitive. So you want to be able to express those emotions, because when you express those emotions calmly and truthfully, then you don't hold on to them and they're not hurting you. Because when you hold on to these resentful feelings, they hurt you. They're not hurting the other person. Because you're in that, oh, I hate them, you know, or, you know, they did this to me, and, oh, they're horrible. And, you know, and that is energy that's going inside your body that your body's feeling, right? So be open. Be the counselor. Come out and tell your truth and resolve this. It is resolvable. And then you have the Three of Earth. This is a celebration. Sorry, it's not a celebration. This is teamwork. This is teamwork. Look at that. It's beautiful. Oh, God, I love the imagery of these cards. They're so beautiful. So this is about teamwork. This is working with I'm getting that you have some kind of conflict here. There's going to be some personal growth out of this situation. Whatever's going on for you, it's about working as a team. It's about coming to the table grounded. Be grounded. I'm seeing meditation. Now, clarifying that card is these two cards. Now, this is also a 3, but this is the 3 of Swords. This is heartache and betrayal. I feel that you've been betrayed by someone. But this is definitely resolvable. You see how this playing out those two opposing forces here? This is a really difficult journey and it comes out triumphant. So I feel that there is healing here. A deep healing is available for you, Scorpio. This, you've got to work as a team. You've got to tell your truth. This pain is from avoiding it, right? This is because look, this situation may not have caused this pain originally, may not be the originator of this pain. This is a pain that we carry deep inside that comes up every time we're hurt. So sometimes it's an overreaction to an event that's happened or something's done to us because it just kicks up this feeling. Look, spring, you can hear the ice cream truck. This comes up every time we're hurt, right? So it's not, sometimes because we've avoided this for so long, a little thing can come up and reactivate this deep pain. This is a time to really navigate through that pain. Release it, darling. And this is a perfect time to release. We've got this full moon in Libra. This is balance, and this is focus, and this is fast energy coming in, and this is healing energy, and this is a difficult road that's going to end triumphantly. So this is a really good time to look at this pain deep, deep, deep. Connect the dots. It's not necessarily about this issue here. But this issue definitely kicked up this feeling. So sometimes we can react differently, overreact to a situation that doesn't really warrant our behavior. But because that pain was so deep, something they did kicked it off, right? And they don't even realize that you're feeling this very deep pain. And it's your responsibility to let them know that this really hurt you, so that they can navigate around it and not hurt you. Most people don't want to intentionally hurt you. They don't. I believe I'm surrounded by people that don't want to intentionally hurt me. I mean, I'm sure there's some out there, but who I choose in my inner circle, they don't intentionally want to hurt me. They support me. They love me. They're wonderful. And so this is about being a team player, Scorpio. It's about working together to take this pain away, And this pain, and you are going to transform from this. This is personal growth. You see, this week particularly, we've got Saturn, the planet of lessons. We have this incredible potential to be able to grow spiritually, inner growth, personal growth. It's amazing. I'm already feeling that energy, So it is a beautiful opportunity. Take full advantage of it, Scorpio. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. To inquire about or purchase any of Mary's services, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.